We're back again, man.
We are. Should we put our phones down there?
We should do because it's going to vibrate. You can guarantee it. Back again. What are we going to talk about?
There's plenty to talk about there. Yeah. Last night was hectic. I think we should definitely talk about last night.
We definitely should. It's pretty weird that, like, I don't even know what made me decide to just do it because I literally came here. I got here like midnight, not last night, the night before. Spent the day, picked you up from the airport, and then I'm going home again today. It's just like I crossed to New Zealand for literally 24 hours, kind of.
Yeah, tell the people he flew from Australia to New Zealand for the expo last night, one night.
Yeah, I don't know. I just like the idea of just saying yes to things. Hey,
yeah, it was a cool night.
It was cool. It was cool. I met some cool people. I met some cool people in the industry as well, which is like one of the big things for me is like networking.
Yeah.
Because that's like you can have a really good service and all that sort of stuff, but if you don't know people that value yourself as a person or a business person and stuff, you never get the work, I reckon.
Yeah.
In this space anyway.
100%, man. Yeah, it's valuable to show your face at places like that. 100%. So last night, we probably should say, but last night was a hunting expo held at hunting and fishing in Ballinger's Hunting and Fishing in Christchurch, which is one of the Christchurch stores. Yeah, it's cool. I think I tried to get a head count on how many people turned up last night, but some people were saying it was over 400 throughout the time. So yeah, it was a decent turnout, man. Like, heaps of frothing people on hunting.
Yeah, well, there would have been easy 400, I reckon.
Yeah.
Because I ended up getting up the top and shooting just a few photos and stuff for everybody, and the amount of people was like right to the back wall from the front. So it would have definitely been 400 people.
Yeah,
which is sick. It's good that like. Do you feel like the hunting industry is growing?
Yeah, I'd say so in some degree because of, I guess, you're getting a lot of young people like excited about. I don't know. I think the social media side of it's ramped it up for a lot of young people because hunting's always been pretty massive in New Zealand, as you probably know. But then you come into like, you know, young fellas watching videos on YouTube, like even some of my videos or whoever else is making the videos, and they kind of, you know, aspire to be doing that stuff. So you get a lot of that, which I reckon there's heaps of young people there last night.
Yeah, there was.
Young kids, like it was pretty cool to see. So yeah, in that instance, then yeah, the hunting industry, the community in hunting in New Zealand it's pretty solid, man. Like, you just see like the turnout last night was wild.
It was awesome, and everyone was very engaged too, which is good to see. On that, what's your take on, so like hypothetically the hunting industry is growing, or more people are going hunting. What's your take on like guys like yourself and stuff that are promoting it in a good way and growing the industry? But then those people, the industry's growing and there's only so many animals and so much space, and especially New Zealand, it's not very big, you know what I mean? What's your take on sort of how that works? Is there longevity in it? Is there risk involved, all that?
Yeah, I mean, there's probably no risk involved, especially, like, as you know, we've got a lot of pretty cool public land here in New Zealand, and there's a lot of wild places that don't get hunted. So with more people wanting to get in the hills, there is that added chance that places are going to be, you know, more heavily utilised. There'll be more hunters in the hills at once. But we've got some pretty vast country, man. So I think it can handle it. And it's just probably the big thing is like a good spread and not just everyone, you know, compiling into these easy to access zones. But the more people that are passionate about hunting and basically enjoying what we have here on offer in New Zealand, the better, because then it's a stronger voice for when it comes to, you know, like the actions of certain agencies trying to wipe out what we've got. If you've got a solid network of people that are, you know, good community behind it, then it's more louder voice to try and keep what we have. You know what I mean?
And that was my next sort of question / statement was the voice, like growing hunting, because it's harder than ever now to promote hunting on social media. And even on, you have to be very careful on YouTube, and you said it last night at dinner. A couple of other guys we're having dinner with is like you stuff up one of your channels by posting something or sharing a piece of content that you shouldn't, that's against like whatever guidelines and stuff that YouTube has, and they'll shut all your channel and your associated channels down, and you can't practice YouTube again. That's literally like cutting the head off the snake for your business, bro.
Yeah, I know.
Which is scary.
Yeah. So you've got to really stick to the safe guidelines for sure.
What's that like knowing that YouTube can just go and just completely, in a way, destroy your brand?
It's scary, if I'm being honest. Like, I do think about it from time to time. And this year, like we touched on it last night, me and you spoke about it, but I do want to sort of start implementing a system where I can build a community off YouTube as well. And it's never going to be the same scale as what I've got on YouTube, or the same audience. But if I could gather as many solid audience members that love what I do across to another platform, whether it's like, I'm not going to say it won't be like Patreon or anything like that, but it might be just like sign up to like the community email newsletter that I'll be putting out through the website or something. And from there, I can host all my future hunting videos or all my hunting videos on a different platform that's not going to have those restrictions. So then, when I put out an email, the people are like, cool, Joe's just posted a video. It'll be just like on YouTube, but it'll be more direct to the person, and it will be, more like a safeguard in case something did happen. YouTube's like, oh, anyway, we don't want hunting on YouTube anymore, so all the hunting channels are going to die. So
yeah.
So I think for me, like I need to implement that. I need to actually find someone who can help me do that, and basically get some actions in play this year. So once I'm starting to film my new season, which is literally only a couple of weeks away, I can start in every episode. I can be like, hey guys, by the way, let's create a community on the website or whatever. It's going to be free. You don't need to do anything. You just need to sign up so that I've got, an email or something where I can tell you about future videos if I needed to. So that's something I want to do. I just need to figure out how.
Yeah.
So
do you think you'll have, because YouTube's, the problem with, I find with like YouTube, it has almost no competition, or pretty much none, essentially. Everything else is kind of paid. And then it's free to view whenever you want, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then you either just opt to pay for no ads or not, essentially. And then trying to shift to something like a Patreon style program, which just sounds like what you're potentially doing. You're probably going to get more authentic audience and a more engaged audience, which is sick. But then you're going to risk audience like reduction from not being free, you reckon?
No. So what I would do is I'd keep it free.
And you would create your own platform.
Yeah, the plan would still be to keep it free. There wouldn't be a pay gate on it at all. It would literally just be a platform to host the videos. And Patreon you can do for free, but Patreon's probably not the way I'm going. No. But that's an example.
But you could do that like on a website or something,
anything,
and embed it with it. Yeah, that's smart, man. I like that.
The plan will be literally just to get people involved with it behind the scenes, so that if YouTube stopped all hunting creators tomorrow, then people can see my future content, and it's going to be free. It's going to be exactly the same, but instead of being on YouTube, it'd be hosted on the website itself, or hosted on a platform that's integrated into the website. Free. It'll still be free. I don't plan to be like, oh, you got to pay $15 to watch it now. That's not going to happen. It'll be free, but it's just a way that I can keep rolling my content out, and people can keep watching it if YouTube decided hunting is no longer on the platform.
That's smart. I like that. And then you've got the ability, like if you did it through a website or something, you've got the ability to sell product at the same time. Because and I know you've got it in the pipeline, but like your own like merch range and stuff like that, like your personal brand is bigger than just you now. Like it has the ability to be its own physical product-based brand as well, 100%. I feel. And there's that's a smart move. Do you think many other creators are thinking, or in your space, say the hunting and fishing space, are thinking like that?
Oh, I'd say I don't know of any. There could be some, but I don't know of any in New Zealand or Australia. But there's a few guys in the USA that are doing it, if not already doing it. So it'll be a matter of just maybe I'll reach out to a couple of the fellas over there and see how they're doing it, what they're doing. The ones I can think of right now are behind a paywall, so there's a small payment to get into this exclusive club where the content is. But I feel like I can still do it for free, and that's probably how I'd want to do it. But I think in a nutshell, just to build a community behind the scenes off of YouTube. I mean, what's my YouTube channel is getting close to 400k subs, but I wouldn't be expecting all 400,000 people to come across and sign up, because people just aren't like that. They're just on YouTube and watching sort of thing. But the active community, like the solid crew, the real hardcore audience that I've got that love what I do, they are the ones that I want to bring across. And you imagine if there's 50,000 frothers that just love my stories and my content involved in this community that's held off of YouTube in my own platform that can't be taken down.
That's right.
Then it's like, that's cool, because then I can keep going in case the guidelines get tougher and tougher with YouTube. So I got to figure out how to do that this year. But I think my hunts this year, every hunt I do, I'm going to start. Basically, I'm going to have to promote it now. I'm going to have to start talking about it now so that I can implement that now, because I may as well start building that this year. Like there's no better time than now to do that. So I guess that's my plan, man. I think that would be a pretty solid thing to do.
I like it.
Yeah.
I think it makes sense. And I think that's like really good insight for creators too. Like what we're talking about now is like people, so a lot of people in that space are like thinking about tomorrow's or next week's video and stuff, but you kind of have to future-proof yourself. I have to.
Yeah.
Mine's AI. So I have to be really across what AI is doing now and work my business in parallel with it.
Yep.
And I think it's a similar thing with you guys with sort of hunting, fishing's not that big a deal, but hunting specifically has got a lot of like bad light shed on it. It always has, but social media is steering more away from it. So like future-proofing yourself. How do you, and this is probably the final question of the thing, but how do you monetize that then? So you shift all your videos. I know the answer, but I'll get you to explain it. So how do you monetize the shifting of your YouTube? Because YouTube pay you for your content, obviously. Shifting that into a private platform, how do you then monetize that?
Yeah, so it would be, so the brands that partner with my content, that's obviously going to continue. So it'll be basically funded by a lot of brand partnerships and things like that. That's kind of how I plan to do it. But then probably the biggest one would be once I get my products up and running, merch, coffee, all that sort of stuff, then it's, there's more streams there. But it won't be, I never rely on the YouTube AdSense. It's not something I ever like look at and be like, okay, I need to hit these targets, or okay, this month the channel made this much or whatever. It's almost just like cream on the top. It's like an afterthought to me, and I've always kept it that way. To bring it across, obviously I'll probably start building this community this year off YouTube, and everything's just going to be rolling out on the new platform or the website, whatever. Now YouTube's going to keep going. YouTube might be sweet it might not ever have an issue, but I'm trying to prevent an issue in the future. And what I've seen in probably the last 5 years is YouTube's gone real hardcore on hunting and fishing content, but now it's backed off again, and now it's like more chilled. And their guidelines are quite often always changing, but as long as you're like aware of the changes, then you're normally pretty sweet. So there's a pretty solid community of hunting and fishing YouTubers around the world, and quite often we all talk amongst each other. And if something comes up, then we're on it pretty quickly. But for me and my content, as you know, like I try to tell more of the story. It's not about the kill shot. It's not about if I could, I would remove the whole scene where the bullet impacts. Like I'd just take it right out. But I know that's probably, people are not going to, people want to see that. But if I could, the moment I pull the trigger to the moment the animal drops, I would remove that piece completely out of the video. And then there's basically no chance that content will be removed off YouTube. So that's the big one.
Yeah. I feel it's a weird one hunting. The demographic's weird for me. Is like I'm one of those people that could just go out and not even shoot an animal, and I could get within bow range and I could draw back on it, and then I could just not shoot and then just know that I could have shot that animal and then walk away. Like I don't have that. It's more so being out away from it all and like the challenge of stalking into an animal more than it is packing out a trophy kind of thing.
Yeah. We remember we had this convo with Hunter McWaters.
We did.
Yeah. If you're watching this, Hunter, we had this convo and he's like, well, but that's like that's the pinnacle of his hunt is the trigger pull piece.
Yeah.
But for me, it's like I personally could, just being in the environment and the experience. That's kind of like my jam.
100%.
The trigger pull's like definitely not the pinnacle. It's almost like the piece that I'm not looking forward to be honest. If I'm being completely honest.
Yeah, I'm exactly the same. It's funny because but Hunter's also one of those guys that appreciate everything on the way as well.
Yeah.
So he's pretty unique in that space. It's usually like hard one or the other where it's you just like being out and about, or you're out to kill stuff.
Yeah.
Hunter does it pretty well in between. But like I'm the same. I think like the death of the animal is like less than 1% of the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like I think about all of the views and all of the as in views like vistas, vistas and shit like that.
Yeah,
camping and hanging out with your mates and all the random shit that happens, like sitting there glassing and Kias are landing, chewing your boots, like random stuff like that. It's a cool concept, man. I think like what you do is super unique too. I actually find it crazy that you have no real desire to do what, say, Pedro Ampuero or whatever does. Trips around the world and does these specific hunts and all that sort of stuff. You are so niche down on to New Zealand hunting.
Yeah.
I find that super unique for somebody like yourself that could do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you could put an offer out and say, "Hey, who wants to host me?" And you'd have 50 offers on the table. You know what I mean, from outfitters and stuff all over the world.
Yeah.
And you choose not to. Run me through that.
So I just love New Zealand, man, and like obviously being a New Zealander. And having what we have here, like, I mean, honestly, man, like we're doing this podcast in Christchurch right now. We're in Christchurch for that expo last night. And literally you drive less than an hour that direction, you're into like some incredible mountains.
The line between backcountry,
it's ridiculous.
The line between backcountry and suburbia in New Zealand is like the finest line. Yeah. It's literally one ridge and then all of a sudden you're in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, so I think I love New Zealand. I love the terrain. I love the challenge of it. I love I don't know. It's definitely, it's a hard hunt. The hunts that I like to do anyway, like the more remote sort of stuff. It's a hard hunt. It's a challenging hunt, and it keeps me like pretty honest. So I really like that. I think the international stuff. I mean, I get asked so many times about why haven't I done any yet, and it's just like, man, to get me away from New Zealand it's pretty hard, man, to be honest, because we've got such a special opportunity here on our home turf at home. So, we got so many different types of animals. We got amazing terrain and environment. And it's like, why would I want to spend, like all this money to fly overseas? Airfares are expensive, and then you got all the other logistics involved. And then generally the hunts cost something, so there'll be trophy fees and things like that. It's like, why would I want to spend all that money when I can just go and have like an amazing hunt right here in my homeland and under my own steam for free, basically. So, yeah, it's a hard one. I think in the future I would like to try and commit to actually going and doing a few key hunts. And, yeah, I don't know. Like one of the questions last night was, what's my dream animal? And I can't remember what the young fella, really good question from the young fella. It was either what's my dream animal to hunt or what was my dream hunt. I can't remember what it was.
It was like dream hunt overseas or dream hunt. Yeah, I do remember him.
But my answer anyway was,
we'll grab him, Mel.
We got coffee delivery.
Coffee.
Mel,
double up coffee.
Thank you, Mel.
Can you just check all the cameras and audio, please?
And I'll give you this one just so we don't look like full junkies here.
Boy, we got to promote this to the people too. Not necessarily this brand, but sparkling coconut water. Legit, it is very.
Yeah, we bought some. I had one as soon as I woke up this morning. It's good. So yeah, what my answer was to this young fellow was, if I could choose one hunt that's been on my radar for a very long time, it is hunting bull elk with a bow in the peak of the rut, and in America, somewhere like Colorado, that's probably something that'll pull me out of New Zealand, I reckon. Yeah. So it's just a matter of doing it, man. And I've had many offers to do it.
Yeah.
But it's just like, I just haven't committed. I think like in the season, because it's a September, October season for that. And I've normally just done like 5 months to maybe 6 months of hunting, or, I've just done a massive stint of New Zealand hunting to film my content. So when it comes to like July, August, September, I'm kind of like, I feel like I've done the hunting I want to do. I'm ready for a change, and that's normally when, like, I've been going to Australia, we've been chasing GTs with the boys, like we go and do, I start fishing that time of year because it's like my mind needs a change. So that could be a reason why I haven't really like jumped at the North American stuff, because it's kind of like by the time that comes around, I'm like, I've had enough of hunting for now.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I do want to do it. I need to do it, and I probably should start doing some more destination trips, even if it's just like one a year. It could be kind of cool on the channel. A massive part of my audience is in the USA. The biggest part of my audience is the USA. So, why not to go and try and do one a year or something, or even like Australia, come over and do a hunt with you, like chasing chital or something like that. Could be pretty easy. It's not that far of a flight, and it's pretty straightforward. So, just stuff like that. I probably should almost try and do one a year. I do have, I think it's locked in. I said that it's locked in, but whether or not things have changed with the outfitter, but a rooster stag hunt in the rut this year in New Caledonia. That's, as far as I know, that is locked in and happening in September.
That's sick.
So if that's still on the cards, which I don't think it's changed, but I mean, I haven't spoken to the fella for 3 or 4 months. If that's still on the cards, then yeah, I may go and do that.
That's cool.
We'll see what happens.
I'd like to do that too. I was in America like a week or two ago, and I did a podcast with Adam Greentree.
Yeah.
And he did the Roosa rut there last year.
Yeah.
And he said it's like the hunting's incredible, and all that sort of stuff. He said it's like super dangerous, like just with the local people. He wouldn't divulge, go into detail, because I think because of his like level. What are you doing, Melanie? Melanie's got her phone on loud, bro. Oh. Where do I get to? Yeah. So the Roos, he said the hunting there is incredible, but the locals there are like, there's very big issues like politically,
yeah,
and like verging on civil war type thing.
Yeah.
And he said because of his status, people were sort of death threats and all sorts of crazy. He didn't go into detail about it, and he didn't want to. And I was like,
yeah,
why push? But
that's interesting.
He said it's like proper sketchy, so it's probably worth you having a yarn to him about it.
Yeah, I probably should. Yeah.
Which I can put you in touch easy. But he was like, very sort of. He explained it, but not explained it.
Yeah, okay. There's a bit
because of the amount of civil unrest there.
Yeah, right. There's a bit left on the table to be talked about.
But he said
I probably should reach out to him and have a chat to him.
Yeah, he said the hunting is incredible though.
I think the guy that's invited me over is actually. He was saying that he did some stuff with Adam. I think Adam potentially went over with another outfitter, but then ended up going with this particular guy.
Yeah, and I think it was to do with that shit.
Oh, okay.
I have a funny feeling it was to do with some crazy thing like that.
So, yeah, I don't know. Anyway. But that's a maybe. That's a potential that I might go and do that, but we'll see. Maybe I won't now after hearing that. But yeah.
It sounds fun as hell though. But he is a man that does like pretty gnarly shit.
Yeah.
Like he flirts on the more crazy side of risk taking and stuff like that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, Gerald Fluidy was over there at the same time of year, in the peak of the rut last year. So this is kind of how it all happened.
Yeah, okay.
Gerald, and I think if I go over, Gerald's coming over with me, so it'll be nice. The two of us, which would be pretty cool.
Sure. Want a cameraman or what?
Yeah, we do. I need to get someone. So if you can, man.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Because I might even try and book the week either side or something, or a few days and do some hunting myself. Yeah, so I'd be keen. Yeah. Bruce are really high on my list.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I do need a cameraman. I was going to figure out who I was going to get, whether I got you or got Chris to come over.
Yeah. I'm in. Sorry, Chris. That poor bastard.
Because I think getting rifles over there is a mission. So I don't know if I'll be taking a bow over or if I'll be trying to use a rifle over there. Mm-hmm. I spoke to Weatherby about it, and I said, this is the situation. I don't think I can fly over with one of my rifles. And they were fine as long as I wasn't sort of promoting some other brand. But the thing is, I also tried to reach out and see if there was any Weatherbys on the island, because how cool would it be to get some locals Weatherby, go and shoot it on the range and cool. And get it shooting right and then going hunting with it. That would be a cool story. Yeah. But anyway, I don't quite know the logistics around what's going to happen, but I was told that trying to take my rifle over there could be a massive problem. Yeah. The main issue is the ammunition for some reason. So the rifle's easy enough to get in and out, but you cannot bring ammo with you. So you have to source ammo there for the rifle, and you can imagine what that, like, I'm running 7 PRCs. Can you?
Yeah.
I can't even imagine that Newcastle's got 7 PRC rounds.
Most normal shops don't have 7 PRC. Yeah, right.
So I don't know there's more to suss about it.
Yeah.
But I think at this point in time, then that may be happening, and if it's going to happen, it'll be wild. Like Gerald's footage that he got this last rut over there is incredible, bro. Like some insane. So he got a stag with a bow, a good rooster stag. He was over there with a buddy Tim from the USA. They do a lot of hunting together, and Tim owns an outfitting company over in the USA in Texas. And anyway, so they were hunting. Gerald got his stag, and then after he got that, he ended up just putting the big lens on his camera and cruising around, man, sneaking into so like good. Rutting stags. And the footage he got is probably the best rooster footage I've ever seen in my life. It's insane.
That's sick.
So yeah, that kind of flared me up.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's on my list. Not necessarily Newcastle, but like a rooster rut. And I really want to do either Bulgaria or Italy fallow.
Okay.
And I don't even really care about hunting there or not. I just want to film it. Like some of that.
That's also been one that I've always wanted to do as well.
Just like big rutting, like 300 fallows, random point fallow in like those big leks. Like we see leks at home and they're tiny, but you look at these ones and they're like a football field, man. And there's like just bucks in there bashing each other. It's so good.
All the open woodland stuff.
Yeah, it's like there's no vegetation on the ground, so it's like you get the whole spectacle.
Yeah.
And there's plenty of cover in regards to trees, so you can like stalk in super close. It'd be crazy footage.
Yeah, pretty cool. Yeah, I definitely want to do that hunt at some point too. But so I guess circling back, there is hunts that I want to do now that we talk about it, but I just need to probably lock it on and commit to them and do them at some point. But maybe I'll try to do one a year and do the New Zealand stuff, which is what I'm most passionate about, and then try and do at least one destination hunt a year. But so Pedro's kind of model is awesome. Like he does travel the world. He works closely with like SCI and all that, all those companies. So he's like doing some pretty cool hunts all over the world, showcasing different parts of the country, the culture, all that sort of stuff. Yeah, which is pretty cool, I reckon. Yeah.
No, I think it'd be cool for you to do, even like and not so much like from me personally, but I feel like this show would benefit from it too.
Yeah.
I feel like in saying that, the moment people pivot to something even slightly off what the normal channel does, it usually does pretty shit house. But like for me, I love seeing like diversity and
it'd be interesting to see how it would perform on the channel, because I know like I've niched it down so tight that I know red stags are the prime performance videos. So that's why I just chase reds, and chasing red stags in the rut or chasing red stags in general is my favorite thing to do. So because that performs the best on the channel makes me want to do more red stag focused videos. Like, dude, we've got 7 species of deer here, but I only chase red deer. I think it's like a combination of the environment, the backcountry, the wilderness, the mountains, and then the animal itself. I think there's like a few aspects that make it what it is. But for my channel, if I post a red stag hunt, I can almost guarantee it's going to perform really well. If I post a chamois hunt, there's a pretty high chance that it may not perform. Same with tar hunting. Like I've had tar videos do well. Me and Joe Fluidy did a hunt last year, and the video did really well. Like it performed really well. Got a lot of views, and it performed really well. I was actually surprised at how well it did. But that could be because it's me and Joe. And me and Joe have like a crazy chemistry.
Yeah.
So anyway, like to niche it down for the best performance on the videos, the red deer stuff is the top contender. So if I start introducing like destination hunt rooster, or if I start doing like if I go to USA, Colorado, do a bull elk and the rut with a bow, Chittle in Australia with you or whatever, it's kind of like, there's a bit of resources, money, time outlay to do those, but is it going to perform well? Is my audience going to enjoy it, or is it going to be a flop? I'm yet to figure that out. Yeah.
It's interesting, and I'm like kind of similar. There's so much cool shit that I want to do in Australia hunting wise, but I did this literally like the last few weeks. I just bought like a shit ton of tags, of points, sorry, for the states.
Yep.
Like I spent like thousands of dollars on just points in all different sorts of states for all different sorts of shit.
Yep.
Just to start accumulating stuff. Because I think in the next couple of years, like Melzo and I'll go over and spend probably the whole month.
Yeah.
Because by that time I'll have probably one or maybe two of the boys savvy with filming backcountry hunting and be able to be fit enough to do it and everything like that.
Yeah.
So I'll be able to give them a lot of the client work, and then that allows me to then go over in September to the States and actually hunt myself and be a part of it. Because I'd like to start doing, Melanie wants to start promoting what she does a bit more too.
Yeah.
It'd be pretty cool to start filming a bit of passion project stuff myself as well.
Yeah.
And actually do a bit of hunting. So yeah, I'm the same. I think like I love New Zealand rut. Like you've just got better animals over here, and it's just the access is so simple, and it's just one of the most beautiful places in the world, I reckon.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like it's got that kind of dangerous vibe to it too. Like people think New Zealand's chill, man. But some of the mountains that are here are sketchy. Like we don't have no bears or big cats or anything like that, but it's like the weather is sketchy, man. And where you go is also sketchy.
Yeah, it's dangerous, for sure. Yeah, it catches a lot of people out, man. Catches me out from time to time as well. Like look at last year. I had a few of those encounters last year. The one with us together in Hunter was pretty hectic, but New Zealand's definitely. Yeah, you still got to have your wits about you for sure.
You know what's full on when you're not on proper ice, but you're wearing crampons every day.
Yeah,
that's when you know it's skitsy.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
This season, man. Tell me about it.
Coming up?
Yeah. What are you looking forward to? Have you got any new plans?
So I'm kind of internally battling the start date of my hunting season. It is currently what are we on? 6th of March. So we're in the hunting season now. We're starting to get into the time. I normally go mid to late March. It's when I start hunting. The red stag, try to capitalize the early stages of the red stag rut. But this year, man, I'm internally battling like when I start. I've got a hunt locked in on the 6th of April with Kendall Gray, YouTuber coming over from the USA to do a collab with me. So I picked them up on the 5th of April. We hunt the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, and potentially the 11th. And then we head to the South Island and do a mountain hunt. So the first part of the hunt is private land on free range hunting on the same place I went last year. We did the family hunt stuff. Private land, it's wild animals on basically a big old station. Huge property. I can't remember how many acres there, but there's a lot of land. So that'll be a pretty cool hunt. We'll be chasing red stags and fellow bucks in the peak of the rut, which is going to be wild.
That's epic.
So that one's locked in. Now, in an ideal world, I wanted to do a hunt before that in the mountains, like an early rut hunt. Come out from the mountains, go up to Wellington, pick up Kendall, do the hunt, and then drive to the South Island and start carrying on mountain hunts. But I'm kind of at the point, man, where it's like I've got so much fishing content that's yet to be filmed that I'm behind, and I need to. Yeah, I'm almost thinking that instead of doing an early rut hunt, I just stay up home and film what I need to do for the fishing side of things, and then start my first hunt will be the Kendall hunt onwards. And logistically that makes sense because I'm literally driving from home to Wellington, doing the North Island hunt, then moving to the South Island. If I did a mountain hunt before that, it would mean I'm driving to the South Island, which is like a 20-hour drive, ferry crossing, which is $270-300, and then I do the hunt, then I come back, another ferry crossing back, $270-300, and then another ferry crossing back to get back to the South Island after our North Island hunt. So yeah, I mean, there's going to be money spent driving around the countryside, but yeah, I'm trying to battle. Do I do the early rut hunt, or do I just hold off and start my season with Kendall, and then basically go hard from that point on? And prior to that, just crank out all the fishing content I need to do. So, I don't know what to do, but yeah, I'm honestly, man, I'm like literally thinking about that every day. Like, okay, because bro, the season it's here. Like I'm
They're rubbed out, bro.
Yeah, there's so much I need to do before I can even get into the mountains. Like, I need to get my gear out. I need to like go through, dial it all in. Like, I'm behind. I got set back this fishing season by quite a bit, so I'm still trying to play catch up. And yeah. So anyway, that's the start of my hunting season. But then if we move on to after Kendall leaves, so once we do our mountain hunt with Kendall, which you're going to actually be there and film the mountain hunt side of it. I'm going to have Chris film the private land North Island stuff. When we come to the South Island, you'll take over and you'll come into the mountains with us, with full flying with Heli Rural, and we'll do our mountain hunt, and then and hopefully that's awesome. Now, a few days after that, so we drop Kendall off at the airport. A few days later, or a couple of days later, the Weatherby team were coming over. Adam Weatherby, Luke, Kobe, and we were going to do a big collaboration hunt with Weatherby and myself, which was awesome. But unfortunately, as of just literally three days ago or so, that hunt has now been postponed. So those dates, we won't be doing that hunt, which means you'll be there because we would have just done our Kendall hunt. So me and you are probably just going to go straight into the mountains and do just a hunt, me and you. It'll be like a more of a solo hunt for me, but with you there, like we'll be doing our thing. You want to be filming for the doco, which we should probably talk about on this podcast as well. But that's going to be a pretty cool hunt as well. You're going to bring your bow in on that. So if there's an opportunity to do a cool stalk on a stag or something or whatever, shamming it with a bow, then that's something we should definitely make use of.
It'd be a cool little pivot in the in your content, and also like something that I've wanted to tick off because I haven't hunted a rut for 2 years, 3 years, and I just am itchy just to get out and walk around and not have to be committed to somebody else.
Yeah.
In a way, like there's still like a whole heap of work to be done.
Yeah.
In regards to sort of the content that I need to get for this documentary, which now I have a bit of a good sort of structure to what I want, the story I want to tell.
Yeah.
Because now I've experienced the fishing side of it in detail, and I've already experienced the hunting side of it. I know how I can piece that together and tell a bit of a story just through some conversations and bits and pieces. So, yeah, it should be like, I reckon, the documentary itself.
Talk about the doco.
I should just explain what it is.
Talk about the doco. Like, people are probably like, "What are you on about?"
Yeah. So, as part of there's an opportunity for a passion project that we're doing through Flow State on you, because you're so super unique in the way that you have an equal split personal brand with fishing and hunting. Some people, I explained it last night when I spoke, was people are usually one-way inclined, like 75 to 90%, and they might do a little bit of fishing or not even promote that they do fishing, and their whole personal brand is built around hunting and vice versa. You do both equally as well. And I think that's a super unique story to tell.
Yeah.
And your sort of heritage getting you to that point is a cool story as well. And I feel like it's never really been told.
No.
You'd only know if you followed you for a long time, you'd have a rough idea of how it sort of worked. But even pre you actually being on the scene, there's a whole story there as well, which I think is really cool.
Yeah.
So I aim to capture that through visuals, obviously, and then interview people that have known you forever.
Yeah.
People like Joe, your wife, people in the industry that known you, have worked with you for years, like all of that, and tell a story. And then spend time with you on the coast doing your fishing season. Probably do 2 seasons of each, I think. 2 fishing seasons and 2 hunting seasons.
Yeah.
And try and the hunting season's not too bad because if I stay long enough, I can get the majority of things.
Yeah.
Fishing's difficult because of sort of where you're filming and all of this. You're so limited to what you can capture and how you can capture it.
Yeah.
So I probably need to do 2 of those seasons.
You've already done 1 fishing season, so it'll just be tacking on some trips this next season and be able to get what we need.
Yeah. Especially now I know what it looks like and how we need to do it and everything. So I can actually get all that. And thanks in advance, Chris, for a bit of stock content.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do, it'll probably end up being like a 45 to 60 minute documentary, but a cinema film style. So it'll be a true story and it'll be semi-chronological. And so it'll have documentary aspects, but it'll be shot cinematically. And then we'll probably try and do a cinema premiere. And I reckon we do it here. It'd be silly not to. Do it in New Zealand.
Yeah, I think we shouldn't probably. I think we need to do it.
We definitely need to do it in New Zealand and come over. And I think we do it. I think we do cinema premiere. We're hoping to get some brands involved.
Let me interrupt just for a second. So this was asked a couple of times last night when I was talking to some people, at the expo. People were like, well, which location are you guys going to host the premiere? And I said, well, it's probably going to be Auckland just due to the hub of it, international airports and basically it's just a bit of a hub. But the idea was floated, like what if we did, if it works well and we can get the support from brands to make it possible, what if we did almost like a roadshow? So we did like 3. We did Auckland, Christchurch, which is where we are now, which is arguably the hunting capital of New Zealand, basically. Probably the largest population of active hunters. So it makes sense to have one here. But then also we could do Wellington, or we could just do like Auckland and Christchurch, or Auckland, Wellington, Christchurch. Definitely could be worth doing, man.
100%, man. And even you could do like even a Queenstown one. The demographics are very different, but you would probably get a lot of people, if you did it in the right season, a lot of people that are traveling through and checking out what's on, or in a bit of downtime because of the ski season and whatever, and they might just want to swing in and have a bit of a look and get a bit of reach that way as well. But I 100% think we should definitely do a roadshow, because the structure of it for me isn't just, hey, welcome, here's watch the film, go home.
Yeah.
I would like people to come there and spend 3 or 4 hours and have conversations with people, and we do a live podcast Q&A talk, pre or post, have some brands involved with product potentially, or doing more talks, or get some more industry heads in there, like as in more people that you align with, that you fish with, that you hunt with or whatever, come there and sort of have a bit of a chat. Because in future, I would really love to do talks for people, like seminars. Personally, it's something that I really, really want to get into, because I get so much value from engaging, which is why I love podcasting, is because I can have a deeper level of engagement with people. Where seminars would be cool. Like, I'm not the best public speaker, and I feel a little bit awkward doing it, but it's something that I really want to get good at, because I feel like I have a lot of value to give to people in here, and if I can learn to get better at articulating it, I can provide value to people's lives. And actually have conversations with people in the crowd and stuff like that. And there's no real other way you can do that other than being on some sort of stage and talking, I feel. So it's something that I'd love to do and be able to monetize eventually as well. So it sort of plays into where I want to take my stuff personally, as well as what we're doing with sort of showcasing this piece and you, yourself, your brand, my business, all that sort of stuff.
I think like the possibilities are pretty endless. Like, look at last night. It was technically a hunting expo held at a hunting and fishing store with a lot of brands, making an appearance, having a small booth, showcasing some products, a few deals on the go, for the night. And then a few people there speaking about stuff, like myself speaking. Then, there was Dre from the Hunters Club, the Garmin were there. Who else was there? Game Animal Council. So it was kind of like there was a few key speakers. And it just created quite a cool atmosphere. But imagine on our cinema premieres, like our road show, road tour, whatever you want to call it. Imagine if we did that. Imagine if we had we built it up so it's more than just a cinema release. It's like it's an experience, man. So I don't know. I reckon we should definitely do that. And I know I've already had, like we spoke about it, you met some of them last night, but I've already had quite a lot of brands actually getting in touch behind the scenes to say, how can we be a part of it? So I think huge potential, man. And we can make it pretty cool. Imagine if we pumped the advertising for it. The only issue that I probably could find with it at this stage is, in a cinema, like an actual cinema, there's a certain number of people that you can have in the building at once. So how do we do that? Because it's like, I know, like, look at last night, there's say 400 people or whatever it was, or more, I don't know, but say 400 people. There's no way you can fit 400 people in a cinema. I think the last cinema film I did last year, we had, I think it was like 119 or 120 people, and there's 100 and I feel like there's some people standing up and not seated, but I think technically the room could hold 110 or 104 people or something, and that's what you're meant to have in these places. So how do we I mean, there's got to be some huge cinemas around. Maybe we just look at the places that have got the biggest cinema and try and hire that privately. I don't know. That would be a big thing that we need to do, because if we're gonna make it really good,
we might as well just send it.
Got to go big, bro.
We're gonna just have to send it, bro. We're already committed. Like, I've already committed so many hours and so much of your time. Where you could be just like focused on getting content, where you got to stop and do shit for me. Like, we've already sacrificed so much to make it happen, so we may as well see it all the way through to the best it possibly can be, I reckon.
We're in deep, man. We've got to do it.
We have to.
So maybe that is the thing. Like, it would. I think for the cinema premieres, it's probably going to have to be a ticketed thing. So there's a cap on it, but we're going to have to find a venue in each major capital, whatever major location, that gives us the largest allocation for people.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the way we're going to have to do it.
Or we do multiple screenings or something.
Yeah.
We could maybe do like an exhibition centre and hire a screen or something crazy.
Yeah, in a big event room kind of thing.
Yeah, we could potentially do that. Or multiple screenings.
Yeah.
But that would extend the time frame out massively. But you could go like 3 or 4 days in Auckland, 3 or 4 days in Wellington, and just copy paste each day.
But if we're doing the more of an experience with the brands and with the live podcasts and stuff, unique. It needs to be one. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it needs to be the Auckland stop or whatever, and we do the live podcast, Q&A, screening, the brand incorporation, whatever. Then the Christchurch one. Then if we did Wellington, I don't know if we'll do Wellington, but you know what I mean. So there's some logistics we got to figure out, bro.
We'll do it all. Like, it'll all just happen, I reckon. It'll all just fall into place, but then we'll be like, it'll be an absolute scramble for like the 2 weeks beforehand.
Oh yeah,
100%.
And that's the other thing too. We're gonna have to lock it in a time frame that's not our busy time for me or you. So 100%. For me, ideally, it needs to be between the hunting season and the fishing season. That's my only. It's not quiet, but I'd say that's my quieter time.
Yep.
For you, I mean, that's probably not a good time, because that's starting to get ready when the USA stuff ramps. Like say July, August, you're starting to think about going over there and doing shit like that. So we're going to have to figure out when we do it and try and sort of like, I think when it comes to actually doing that part of it, we need to ramp it, man, and make it super big and super cool.
100%. And we need to provide people more value than just a film. I reckon.
That's exactly right. So
community is everything, bro.
100%, man. And I think it's exciting, and it's hugely possible. Like, we can make it happen.
Mel's looking at me weird. What?
The biggest cinema in Auckland holds 438 people.
Oh, there you go. Hey, can you just have a quick Google of that, Jamie? No.
Yeah, literally. So
Mel, can you Google that for us and see if you can hire it privately?
You can hire it privately.
Oh,
there you go. Okay, so Mel just said, if you can't hear it on the mics, is the biggest cinema in Auckland holds 438 people, and you can privately hire it. So we might be on.
We could be on.
You know what trips me out about this is, I look at like my following and I'm like, I've only got like 5,500, 6,000 people. But then I go, we have these conversations. Imagine putting 5,500 people in front of you, bro. That's a lot of people.
That's what people don't realise.
Holy shit. Yeah, it's crazy.
I had a buddy talk to me just the other day, actually, and this is kind of relevant, so I'll tell the story. And he's like, oh, I posted this video, I worked so hard on it, but it only got 10,000 views. And he's like, yeah, I'm actually real gutted, And I was like, dude, stop and think about that for a second. Imagine if you were up on a stage and there was 10,000 people in front of you, what would that look like? And he was just like, yeah, actually, when you put it that way, it's actually quite crazy. So, yeah, it's
a weird thing, man.
It's something that kind of gets overlooked, I think.
I think so. I think we look at those numbers as like a commodity.
Yeah.
Not actual physical buys a lot of the time.
If you think about like people that follow my content, if you're talking about metrics like subscribers or followers or whatever, add them all together, but then trying to like break that down to 438 people, dude, there's going to be a lot of people that miss out. So it's like, I don't know.
It's crazy. I think, but I definitely think we do a roadshow, and then like we're obviously going to publicly share on our channels and all that sort of stuff after the fact anyway. So no one's going to miss out.
That's right.
But it'd be really sick to be able to have the
live event,
the whole experience.
Yeah, the live event will be pumped and be pretty cool.
Because I think I'll bring the boys over and we'll actually film the whole thing too.
Yeah, cool.
film and photograph it, especially if we sit down and talk on stage and
Yeah.
stuff. I think we definitely capture that as well.
Yeah.
I'm excited now.
Yeah.
I'm real pumped up for it.
No, I'm real excited about it, man. So we've got to make the doco.
We have
We have
to.
to make it really good.
We've committed. That's why, like, I just put it publicly that I'm going to do it. So then now it has to happen. It's good.
It has to happen, otherwise flow state's just not cool.
Yeah, no one's going to take me seriously.
Yeah.
But no, I think I lose like a little bit of passion for the commercial side of filming a lot because I've been doing it for so long.
Yeah.
And I look at it now like I am on all these commercial jobs. We only shoot outdoors, so it's all still fun and different and everything. We don't shoot any boring shit anymore. Don't have to. But I do those jobs and I'm like, oh, I should be doing something to scale the business, or I should be sending this price to this person on a proposal and doing all that sort of stuff. Like, I'm not a CEO, but like I need to be doing more of that to actually scale. So then I'm on these jobs and I'm like, oh, fuck it, like someone else should be doing this, which 90% of the time it is, but sometimes I get on them.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, there's certain projects that I'm super passionate about, and then like to be able to do something without brand direction and I can just do it how I want and I have full creative freedom is rare.
Yeah.
Within reason. Most brands trust us now that we can just do whatever we want as long as we hit whatever they're trying to sell X or trying to tell this story or whatever. But how we shoot is up to us, which is good.
Yeah.
But for this, it's a massive project and it's something that we have full control over, which is super nice, I think. And then if brands want to endorse it, they can. If they don't, they don't. Like, it's not.
Yeah.
I'm doing it anyway.
That's not the point. Yeah. The brand side of it. It'd be cool to collab with the brands, but it's not. That's not what's holding it up.
Yeah.
So,
it feels nice.
Yeah. No, I think it's cool, man. And it hasn't really been done too, man. Like it hasn't been done to the scale that we want to do it.
Yeah.
In my opinion, like not just my story, but like what we're trying to do. Like there's the film tours and stuff like that. But I mean, in New Zealand, it's a pretty rare thing. There's a fly fishing film tours and stuff, but that's more like there's a bunch of creators like putting in their entries and stuff. But this is kind of like just a one-off thing going around as a roadshow. Like it's not really been done before that I can think of. In the outdoor scene, it's probably been done before.
I'm big on doing shit differently too. Like the industry's been, especially the hunting industry, but the fishing industry is the same. It's so dated. Like it's the same. Everything's been the same for so long, and there's no sense of kind of community. Like in regards to a brand or a personal brand or just running events just for no gain, just getting people around, like-minded people around and having a chat and catching up and stuff, which I like what hunting and fishing did. And even Simon, one of the owners, said to me last night, it's like, it was never about selling product. It was about sharing knowledge. Like they broke down a deer last night and they did tech talks. You did a talk, did a bit of a Q&A and stuff. Like it's more about adding value to those people. And then those people will be lifetime customers because they see like the community getting built around hunting and fishing. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
And I feel like there's not enough of that, which is why we ran that expo a little while ago, and which is why I want to try and do more things like this and actually just get people around it. Yeah. For just it has business value for me, which I like. Yeah. But it also has a lot of like personal value for me. Like it fulfills me, telling cool people stories, getting to like go on these trips with my friends and tell their story too. Yeah. Like there's wins like across the board. Yeah. And I think like that's rare.
Yeah.
Would be is how I sort of see it.
Let's do it, man. I'm excited.
I think so. I think it'll be I think like it's gonna get I'm gonna draw a tear, I reckon.
Yeah. For me.
I reckon I'm gonna draw a tear.
Yeah. Sounds good. That's if you can do that, that's powerful.
I think we will, man. I think we will. I actually did I was saying to you last night, I did the AI deep dive on you. Yeah. And it pulled like crazy historic shit. Yeah, okay. And I'm not gonna tell you about it.
No, I don't. Yeah.
And I'm gonna
keep things keep things raw so that when I first hear about it, it's like true emotion.
Yeah. It's gonna be a good one, man. Anything like this season, like hunting season, that you're particularly looking forward to, or that you haven't done in a while that you want to do, or something that you want to tick off? Like any specific goals that aren't different to the ordinary stuff?
Nah, I'm not really like looking at the season like I'm gonna try new things. I think I'm looking at the season like I want to try new places and go to new areas and do new hunts. But I'm not like, yeah. I mean, I'm just really excited to try and do some really good stag hunting this year. I am going to be hunting. The one difference is the private land hunt that I'm doing with Kendall first up. That's going to be, you know, I haven't hunted private land in the raw for I don't know how long, a long time ago. So to do that in a place where the deer numbers are just incredibly high, it's going to be insane, the rutting action that we're going to get. So that's probably going to be a big point of difference this year. Is that private land rut hunt, Pika raw. But then outside of that, it's literally just I don't want to say the usual because
Never
it doesn't,
the same.
it's not like everything's different, but I'm just looking forward to getting into the mountains, man, and figuring it out, going to new locations and figuring out how to hunt it and hopefully finding some big old stags. That's kind of what I'm excited about, man. But yeah, nothing new, nothing that I'm thinking, I might try this or I might do that or I might pivot and do something completely different. It's all like, man, I'm just excited to get in the wilderness and see what I can find, basically.
Do you prefer solo hunting?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Why?
So it's solo hunting. There's probably many aspects that I like about it, but probably the key aspect is I don't have to, like, don't get me wrong, I love hunting with mates, but when you've got someone with you, there's decisions that need to be made together because that's what you do on a hunt when you're with your friends. It's not just like, right, get out of your tent and you just start hunting and going where you want. You've literally got to be like, right, yeah, what should we do today? I'm thinking, what do you reckon about this face? Should we go up there? Oh, you want to go over there? Okay, yeah, that could be good. Like, let's go that way. And you've got to decide on a plan together. But with solo hunting, it's like I do what I want to do when I want to do it. And I don't have to answer to anyone. It's like what I feel like is the right thing to do, I can do without having to get the green light or the okay. And that's a massive one for me, especially because I'm trying to film it. So when I'm going on these big hunts and I'm solo filming and solo hunting, it's slow going. Like, you know what it's like. There's 1,000 tripod maneuvers that I've got to do throughout a hunt. And it's like, if I've got a mate with me or a crew of guys that aren't involved in the filming side of it like I am, it's the amount of heckles I get. It's like, just hurry up, man, come on. So it's like, when I'm by myself, I can set up the camera, I can get the shot, I can review it. No, it's not really the composition I wanted for that frame. I can adjust it, do it again, and I might be out there like glassing with this amazing vista behind me or whatever. So when I'm solo, I can just do that. I can do it at my own pace, but in my mind, I'm still mindful that the goal is to find an animal and get a big old stag or something. But I don't have the pressure on trying to get the green light to create the story visually with the cameras. So solo hunting for me is pretty much just boils down to I can do what I want when I want at my own pace, I think, and I like that about it. I do love hunting with mates, and if I'm hunting with, for example, you or Joe Fluidy, it's good because we know what to do and what needs to do because, you're a filmmaker, Joe's a filmmaker, everyone understands what needs to happen. So yeah, it's a lot easier in that aspect when there's a sort of a vested interest in creating the end result. But it's still different because I still have to talk about plans and we have to decide on what's happening together. But yeah, I think if I could only do one style of hunting, it would be solo hunting. I'm not, and that sounds pretty bad, but it's like I at least know I can do what I need to do.
It makes sense, man. It makes total sense. And what about like the loneliness side of it? Because you're in the mountains sometimes for like 20-something days straight, essentially.
Not quite that.
Oh, you're in and out getting food and shit like that. But like hypothetically, you're in there most of the time.
Yeah, I've done some 16-day trips, 14-day trips, and then after that, the 14 days, whatever, I'll fly out for a day and a half, then fly back in for another 10 days. So yeah, there's big periods, but I don't mind I'm someone who could be I could be by myself. I'm happy in my own company, and I always have been. Like before meeting my wife, Catherine, I lived by myself for like 6 years, and I was happy just doing my own thing.
I'm the same.
Yeah, so I could literally, like, if I'm there by myself in my own company, I'm fine with that. I'm completely happy with that. And I mean, yeah, it's not for everyone, man. Like some people are wired where they need the community, they need the camaraderie, they need like people around. But for me, like I guess I'm a bit of a hermit, man. I guess I'm a bit of a bushman that doesn't need, I shouldn't say doesn't need people, but is comfortable in my own thoughts, I guess. Yeah.
I'm the same, man. I try and keep a lot of my own counsel. Like if I'm in a situation where like I am struggling with something or whatever's happened and I'm dealing with something negative, I don't get any value from external counsel.
Right.
And no matter what you say, and you could tell me give me the best piece of advice and I'd listen, but it still wouldn't make me feel any different.
Yeah.
I need to sit and not necessarily just sit. I just need time in my own head to process it.
Yeah.
And I feel like when people give me advice, and I know they're all being kind and stuff, it's kind of just noise.
Yeah, right.
If that makes sense. It sounds rude, but it's like I would rather just people forget that it's happened to me or whatever it is or whatever I'm going through and just let me just cruise along and just continue, because I'm big on like not stopping. So like I hit a wall, whatever it is. Someone died, business shits itself, I've had an issue, I've got mental issues, whatever. Yeah. And I would rather just continue and just grit my teeth and just keep going and try and process it as I go and learn from it. I'm the same, is what I was sort of getting at. And I didn't realize that this was really a thing in my family until I got old enough to understand my grandmother. And she used to say, what will be, will be.
Yeah.
And she was someone who kept her own counsel super well. And I didn't know that she was doing it or anything. And she said, what will be, will be. And I was like, whatever that is, as a kid, never knew what it was.
Yeah.
And she was old school, right? So during the war, post-war, Cold War, all that sort of stuff. And she was the typical husband was the breadwinner, went out, and she stayed home and did all that sort of stuff. And she had hopes and dreams and goals and all this sort of stuff. And my grandfather, who like I was very, very, very close to as a young kid, they ended up like my grandparents never loved each other by the end of it. Like they bickered and it wasn't toxic, but it was just like back then you just got on with it.
Yeah.
Divorce was like a no-no, you know what I mean? Like it wasn't as clean cut as it used to be.
Yeah.
And my grandmother just got on with it. And my pop used to there was a big drinking culture back then and like hard physical labor all the time, and the boys would get on the piss of a night time, and he was away shearing all the time. So she was at home with kids all the time and all that sort of stuff. My mum's sister, so my grandmother's daughter, died like 1920s or something like that in a car accident. She got through that, like all of these hardships and stuff that we take for granted. And then she just never said shit to anyone about it. Never said she was sad, grieving, none of it at all.
Yeah.
And she just got on with it. And it took me a long time to realize, and she was like 90 something at the time. And I was like, fuck, that woman is harder than any man I've ever met.
Yeah, okay.
Because she just would keep her own counsel. And that was a bit of a long-winded yarn about it all. But like, that's when I came to realize like, that's a really cool way to be.
Yeah.
And a lot of people will give you advice to say that's like very toxic and not like internalizing everything. And it's not necessarily just holding on to it. It's processing it yourself.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to explain. Massive pivot, but like...
I think I probably share the same sort of style as that. And I think everyone's different. Like some people need community around them to help them get through things. And some people don't. But yeah, I'm probably the same as you, man. Like I probably work better at rebuilding if it's just me rebuilding myself, behind the scenes.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, you can get all the advice you want, but if you're not willing to do the work yourself, then there's no point. And if you're going to do the work yourself anyway, what good is the advice?
Yeah.
If you know it already, what good is it someone else reinforcing it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think it's like having confidence in yourself. You don't need self-validation from other people. I think there's a whole heap of different things to it. But it's funny because like I think about like Melanie and I do everything together. Business, life, training, fucking hunting, fishing, everything.
Yeah.
Literally everything together. But at the same time, and this is no offense to Mel, is like if like God forbid she just disappeared, I'd be fine. It'd be hard, you know what I mean? Like I'd struggle with it, and like all of the emotional side of like my emotional attachment to Melanie.
Yeah.
But outside of that, the actual day to day, I'd just get on with it.
Yeah. What do you think Mel's thinking right now?
I've heard it a million times.
She's heard it a million times.
Can you check cameras, please, Mel, while you
so now you want to?
Yeah.
Now I'm going do that when I die. I'll disappear.
And just check the audio, please.
Oh shit.
No, just look at that. That'd be fine.
It's 11:30.
Yeah, we probably got to put it.
What's the timer? Can you see how long we've been rolling for?
No, it doesn't say. I don't think. But yeah, we can wrap it up. We can wrap it up shortly. That was a bit morbid, but yeah.
Another 15 minutes, maybe. Yeah. And then, so should we go to 11:45 and then call it?
Yeah, we probably should.
11:31. I've got to get to the airport. Oh, how long does it take to get to the airport, actually? I've got to be there by like...
Can you check the airport delivery? Thanks, James.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not like, I don't know. It's a funny thing that it probably doesn't need any more breaking down than what I already have, but like I agree with what you're saying. 100%. 18 minutes.
18.
And you've got to be there by...
I've got to be there by about 12.
Right. So we probably should leave soon.
Yeah.
It's standard. This is every podcast. Bro.
Every podcast, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I think there's value in keeping your own counsel is the point I was making, is like having enough self-confidence, self-respect, and your own sort of humility to deal with your own shit.
Yeah.
And then you get external help and it tracks you faster to the path down the path of recovery, I think.
Yeah.
But in what you do, like, it makes total sense too, because there's something valuable about not having a phone and sitting in silence.
Yeah.
Which I think a lot of people don't do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm kind of like, so One New Zealand, our main sort of mobile network is now rolling out. Like, I can text and stuff in the mountains, so I can text Catherine every night. But they're rolling out like video calling and stuff now through WhatsApp, data and things like that. But I'm kind of like, it's good, but I'm also not looking forward to it because I like to be able to go into the mountains and know that I can't go onto emails and reply to things or whatever. I like that feeling. But now that it's going to be a thing, it's kind of like, is that going to start taking away from my focus and experience? I'm in two minds about it. It's going to be really great because I can be like, I can video call my kids in the mountains, you know, and be involved that way. But also, like, I don't want to see emails coming in. I don't want brands to be like, hey Joe, can we have these photos sent through? You know, I don't.
Yeah.
I want to be in the mountains thinking about what I'm there for, which is creating the story, you know? So yeah. I don't know what to think about the whole thing, man.
I'm the same. I'm like fully on the fence with it. Like, yeah, I'm gonna have one of them too. I'm on the fence with it. Like, I'm contemplating.
Cheers, bro.
Sparkling coconut water. That's no beers these days. We're just drinking. We're old men
on the cocoa.
Trying to rehydrate. Had like 2 beers at dinner last night, and woke up dog shit. I hardly drink, so it's like when I do have like a couple of beers, it doesn't make me drunk or anything. It just makes me feel shit the next day. Yeah. And I'm borderline going to potentially quit alcohol. Period. Eh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm not getting like as much of a nice vibe from it. I'm a social. Like, I'll have a beer with dinner with everyone else having a beer.
Yeah, that's my style too. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't get a lot of value from it. Sorry, circling back, I am contemplating taking Starlink into the mountains.
Yeah.
And not having it all the time, but just plugging it into a battery bank of a night time and just keeping an eye on things, because the big risk for me is I'm pretty much in the mountains remote for a month. Yeah. And I've still got all this client work happening. Yeah. And I've got people, like, I have a responsibility to my staff and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. Different for you because you're not there trying to create the story like what I would be doing.
Yeah.
So you're probably able to run the business, you know what I mean? Like, imagine if I took in Starlink, but I'm also still trying to solo capture the hunt and create the story, but then I'm also trying to run the business as well on the computer and that. Like, it'll definitely take away from
Then you're vlogging and there's like a big Starlink in the background and it's kind of, it kind of devalues the brand that you've built.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine's like a disconnect. I think what I'm probably going to do is I'll bring it, but it'll only be of an evening that I'm just checking stuff and everything. But like obviously when you're hiking around, it's just not like that's my alone time, so to speak, my time disconnected.
The kids are going to love your Starlink.
Oh, bro. There's something about those. Like, I have a very like love-hate. They're such a cool bird, and they got such a personality, and they're so inquisitive.
Yeah.
But fuck, man, the moment you leave camp, you're stressing because they're going to just destroy your shit. And I already wrecked one tent in a blizzard.
Yeah.
And if I've got a brand new MSR, hubba, and
Access to.
Is it access to? Is it? Yeah. And
they're gonna bite it, bro. There's no guarantee. I can guarantee you they're gonna put a hole in it.
2 tents in 2 years. Yeah.
Let's finish on
Yes.
something each, and we better wrap this up. So, what have you got to say to finish this off? Have you got anything like cool to talk about coming up that we can quickly discuss?
Man, we've got a lot on. Like I've said this before on multiple podcasts. We've opened a marketing side of the business, and we're starting to like really ramp up the agency side of stuff. So we've got a lot of things happening in that space, and then representing personal brands, like people like yourself and stuff in a business marketing space, helping them with brand deals, helping them with content, all of that sort of stuff as like a packaged kind of thing. So we're ramping up that sort of side of it. Lots of projects planned. I'm nearly in Mongolia for a month in September, which is kind of shit because it's like right at the end of September into the start of October, so it's right between archery season and rifle season. And I've got to like duck over to Mongolia and then come back. So it's a bit of a mish. On a fly fishing trip with Yaka and his brands and stuff, and going to like the Eagle Festival and stuff, which is like a coming of age for the young Mongolian boys, and be a really cool experience. Lots of overseas project work sort of happening. This doco is a big one, and pretty much just looking to build capital at the moment, and then trying to look to new startups or new investments and things like that, because business is what I love. Like it can be anything. I could be selling, I think I've said this before too, is I could be selling toilets, but it's the process of selling the toilets that I really am like passionate about. And I didn't realize until the last few years that it's business that is like that puts a fire in my belly. And like just being too busy and chasing my tail. I don't know if that answered your question.
I think that's good. For me, if I'm going to finish on something, I want to say a couple of things. So I want people to get involved with this community that I'm going to start building off YouTube. So if you value my content anywhere, whether it's fishing or hunting or whatever, so I don't know how it's going to work yet, but I'll go public with how it's going to work when I figure out how to do it. But it may be just signing up to like a community, like signing with an email, and in the website there might be a section. We need to build a community in something I can control. So that's probably a big focus I want to do. And then also the doco, get behind the doco, get flared up for the doco from what you've heard so far. If you're in Auckland and you own a 438 people cinema, get in touch, man. Let's do it. And I know a lot of the brands that I work with are going to be listening to this and watching this. So some of you have reached out and you've already showed interest to be part of this. So let's continue those combos. If you haven't yet and you can see that this is a space you want to be part of, then we need to talk. So the doco, huge one. The community build, massive one. And man, I'm just hoping that we make some cool content, and I'm looking forward to our hunts this year.
100%, man. I'm keen as been to get more, like spend more time with you and hang out a lot more, and then like help you build in parallel what you're trying to build. Like I love what you do. You're a very rare one in that space, and it's nice to know someone that's a good friend but also quite famous, and is the same person they are to the public as they are in private. And like you're still a humble motherfucker, and I really, really like that, man. Some people lose their way, and I really like it.
I just think that I don't know how to be someone different. I just be like, I don't know. I don't know if I was doing it wrong. Like I wondered that. Maybe it's good that I just be myself. I don't know.
I think so, bro.
Yeah.
your following says.
Can we say, no, I don't think we should say, but I will say this. I think the name you came up with for the doco is fire, bro.
I think it's
When I first read it, I was like, that's it. We don't need to discuss this anymore. That's how good it felt.
It's red hot. It took a little bit to figure it out, and then I was like, because I wanted to find something that was like metaphorical and tapped onto everything.
Yeah.
But you'd read it and be like, doesn't make sense, and then like, oh no, actually it does make sense.
Yeah, it's got like a deep meaning.
I almost want to do that pitch deck that we've developed. It's nearly finalized, and do it as a post and like share it.
Yeah.
To start promoting it.
That could be worth doing, man.
Yeah, because it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think.
So yeah, we're gonna finish.
Get around it, people.
Yeah. Good talking, bro.
Thanks again for your time, man.
We've got to get to an airport.
We do.
We'll see you guys on the next episode out there doing it.
We're Jay Wiles. Bye, everybody.